Hey everyone, this is Dr. Perry from Stop Chasing Pain, and today we're going to talk about your tongue and your eyes and your vestibular system, that's your inner ear, how we can integrate all of those together to make a big shift in your nervous system. And when you can change your nervous system, you can change pain significantly, and you may also find you get a reduction in muscle tightness or tension. Range of motion may begin to improve with you when you begin to work more with the brain itself slash the brain stem with these particular things I'm going to show you here. Very, very powerful, very, very cool, and honestly, they're fun to do. So let's talk about the tongue. Now, first of all, I want you to go and look on my channel and find my playlist section. There's one that's entitled Tongue. Just start watching those, all right? You'll notice some crazy changes in how you feel. I mean, like the comments on those videos are bananas on how great it makes people feel. And you'll see a version of the tongue pulling that I'm going to show you again now, but we're going to throw some variations in there. And then also look at my prior videos on the eyes, working with your eyes to change pain. And guess what? I have some on the vestibular system too. But now we're going to try to mix all those together. All right. Now, what I want you to notice behind me here, if you can see my screen, you probably see a couple things here. Like a big freaky looking guy here, where it's got big hands, big mouth, big lips. And if you go and you look at this one, you'll see it again over there. That's called the homunculus man, where certain parts of your body look really, really big. That's what it looks like on the map of your brain in relationship to sensory input, how you sense things coming in from the world. That's why you have big hands, big eyes, big lips, big tongue, because a lot of your sensory input from the world comes into things that you what? That I see, that I touch, I taste, and I smell. And then you have the motor side. That's the movement side. And look, they're really big too. You got big hands. That makes sense, right? Because I mean, I use these things like a super duper lot. And you have big mouth, big lips, big tongue because you need to do what? Articulate. You need to be able to talk to another person. So here's the thing you need to know. If something's really, really big here, that means it's really, really important to your brain. And if it's really, really important to your brain, it can really make a difference in your pain and in your quality of life and just feeling more like hashtag beast mode monster. Feeling great. So now that we know that, we're going to work with the tongue. That's one of the reasons why my tongue exercises that you see in the videos work so great because, you know, it's not voodoo, it's just neurology. Okay. And then with the tongue, it has like soft tissue connections called fascial connections. So I'm going to bring this up. Okay? I'm going to try to make this a little bit bigger. This is from Thomas Myers' Anatomy Trains book. So I highly encourage you to get that book called Anatomy Trains. It's called your deep core line. Deep means it's deep. Core is like a term for just kind of like the center part of your body. But what you're going to see here is the tongue, right up here. The tongue will fascially, that's connective tissue, attach to all these other structures. And what I want you to notice that I'm going to highlight here, depending on how well you can see it, your diaphragm that sits all the way down here. Well, that makes a whole heap of common sense to me because you have to use your tongue whenever you're going to be breathing, and your tongue should be at the roof of your mouth, by the way, not in the floor of your mouth. But it also goes down to your psoas muscle here that attaches to your spine and goes to your hip. That can be a big cause of what kind of pain? Lower back pain. The inner thigh muscles How many people have really tight inner thigh muscles and you foam roll those guys and you do stuff to them all the time and they're always like, these are always tight, man. I don't understand why they're not letting go. Well, then that's what I'm going to ask you. What are you doing with your tongue all day long? What are you doing with your diaphragm all day long? And then you're going to try this move where you're going to pull your tongue and then move your head and have your eyes focus on something. And then boom, all sorts of good stuff happens. Then it goes all the way down to your what's called your tibialis posterior and your foot. So maybe, just maybe, this is the person that has pain in the bottom of their foot, pain in their calf, plantar fasciitis, all this stuff down in there. And you're going after the foot, you're going after the calf, and I'm doing everything known to man down into that region. It's like, doc, it's just not letting go. Well, then that's a time where you have to use this thing. You have to think different. You have to think better and expand your focus. And then look at the tongue, because maybe that's it. It might not be it, but here's the cool thing. It's still a win-win. Like if you do this thing I'm going to show you and things feel better, well, that's awesome. I mean, check the win box. Good job. Nicely done. What if it doesn't feel better? Well, that's great too, because what does that tell you? Well, it's not my tongue. So I don't have to look there anymore. So then I can look somewhere else, right? So either way, it's great information. So we're going to mix this with the power of some other nerves that come off the brainstem, all right? So the tongue has a lot of these cranial nerves. These are nerves that come off the brainstem that sit back here, that supply the tongue for movement, taste, and sensation, what you feel. When you do a tongue pull, you're going to hopefully ease up fascial tension in the tongue, right? And you're going to be moving your tongue, so that's going to impact one of those nerves. You're going to feel the sensation of you gripping your tongue, so you're going to get one there as well. And then now we're going to tap into using vision. The eyes are really powerful because when you see something and you focus on something, that information goes into the brain, and then the brain will send it all to all the other places of the brain and then say, okay, what do we do now based on what we've seen? And then you get an output. What's the output? Well, the output could be like how you move, but maybe the output could be pain. Think about that one for a second. Maybe the output could be pain. Because we know pain is an output signal from the brain. It's not an input signal from the tissues. I'm going to say that one more time. Pain is an output signal from the brain, not an input signal from the tissues. So all of these things come into the brain from what you sense. So that's data, that's information. It goes in, and then all the stuff has to be interpreted here, and then an option for the body is pain. But here's the cool part. If you have an option for pain, then you have an option for no pain. That's called pain inhibition. And that happens up here. All right. So when you do this eye stuff in conjunction with the tongue stuff, you might see some really cool stuff that makes you feel better. If anything, I bet your tongue's just going to feel better. Now, when we talk about the eyes, there's something called the VOR, vestibulo-ocular reflex. What's ocular? Eyes. Vestibulo is vestibular system in the inner ear, and that system tells your body and your brain where you're going and which way is up. All right, that keeps you from going timber and falling over. There can often be something with that system if you get seasick, right? You get imbalanced, things like that. People have vestibular issues. You know how difficult that is. But vestibulo-ocular reflex means that whenever you move your eyes, you'll influence the vestibular system. Whenever you keep your eyes on a target and you move your head as you focus on the target, that's called the vestibulo-ocular reflex. You're really going to fire up the vestibular system. And you'll certainly work the muscles of the neck here, because there's a connection between the vestibular system and when you move your head and your neck. So this is a two-step process, maybe three-step process. I lost count. We'll tally it up as we go. First thing we're going to do is the tongue pull. All right. Now I'm going to grab some gauze, and you can get some gauze as well. You know, paper towel, washcloth, maybe that's moist, something where you can grab your tongue. Some gauze pads, and of course, you probably want to wash your hands regardless. So first part's just the tongue pull. All right. So you'll take the gauze, stick your tongue out, have to open your mouth, keep your teeth apart, grab, and you're going to pull straight ahead. Now, this is really important. When you pull the tongue forward, don't let your head come forward with it. So the idea is to keep your head back, but pull the tongue. And you're going to feel some tension underneath the tongue, of course, because it's tied down. If you have a tongue tie, this is not going to work out well for you because you're too short here. We want to go towards feeling it in the root of the tongue and the back, because that's where it gets stuck a ton. You're going to pull straight out as you breathe in and out through your nose, and hold it and feel the tension, and move it slowly from one side to the other, not cutting it against your teeth. Now just watch me, because I can't talk when I'm doing it. So what you saw there was I go straight out and I hold it there for 5 to 10 seconds, just see what it feels like. Then keep looking straight ahead, pull your tongue as far as you can to one side. So if this one I went to my left, I would be feeling more tension on the back right. Then pull it towards the right, and you may feel more tension on the back left. I just want you to notice, does one side feel more tension than the other? You may have some discomfort or pain in there. If you do, back off a little bit. It should subside. If the more you do it, the pain does not decrease, I want you to stop. Okay, nothing should continue to hurt in here when you do it. That probably feels really, really good. And what you'll likely notice, honestly, is you may have some alleviation of chronic pain that you've had in your head, neck, and this region for many, many years. All right. Now we're going to actually mix it where we'll pull the tongue straight out. And then instead of moving the tongue, we're going to move the head side to side like this. Now, this you have to really be cognizant of the teeth and don't go fast. But now we're going to do the vestibulo-ocular reflex. I'm going to circle back to that. The vestibulo-ocular reflex is where you lock your eyes on a target and you don't stop staring at the target. And you move your head from side to side as you keep fixated on the target. That's all you got to do. Okay, it's not as easy as it looks. But at the same time, you're going to be stacking a powerhouse on here. You will be pulling your tongue forward as you focus on the spot, as you continue to breathe in and out through your nose, and moving your head and feeling that tension now, because the pivot point is different, because you're not moving your tongue now, you're moving your head, but your tongue is moving relative to your head motion and your neck motion. You follow? So watch. I'm going to grab with the same gauze, but you can get another piece if you want. My fixation point is going to be you. I'm looking straight at you. Grab. Be here. Pull. Out. Now watch. And do that about 5 times. There's no magic pace. There's no magic rep. Go slow in the beginning. You're going to forget to breathe. I'm going to tell you right now. So make sure you breathe. And when you breathe, you probably breathe through your mouth. Try to make it through your nose. Keep your eyes locked. When you get there, Just stop for a little bit, see what it feels like. Then go to the other side, stop for a little bit, see what it feels like. And if you would like, you can quicken your pace, or you can increase your hold times, decrease your hold times, vary the speed, things like that. Okay. Just want you to explore, right? That's the idea, to do different sensory inputs to it. And then now just move your tongue around. This is a great time. This is a really awesome time to now go back and do my tongue circle video, where you close your mouth, separate your teeth, and you do tongue circles one way, tongue circles the other way without moving your jaw. That's a life changer. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you pull that tongue and you just do the movement of the tongue like we showed you first with the tongue pull, then you can do the VOR mixed with the tongue pull, then follow up with the tongue circles. Boom. I mean, like crazy cool stuff that you may experience in here. Right? This is so exciting, this material, because it's just based on how the body is all connected, the fascial connections, the brain stem, and the nervous system. Because you have to remember, I'm going to wrap this up. Hey, all these body systems that everybody's chasing after individually, that's fantasy land. That doesn't exist. No body system ever works alone. It never gets injured alone. It never heals alone. So when you injure your shoulder and your shoulder hurts, the rest of your body is trying to help your shoulder. Trust me, it is. It's going to take up the slack and do what it can to help you, from your tongue to your pinky toe to the hair on your head, like all of it. Okay? So everything can get injured, but also everything can help heal it. There's no such thing as an isolated injury or region in the body. It's all or nothing until lights out. When you have chronic pain, you need to look beyond where your pain is. With chronic pain, it is no longer an isolated issue. Okay? But now you know the secret. It's never an isolated issue, no matter when you look at it. So try these things, see what happens, see if you notice a difference. Share in the comments below some of your feedback, some of your experiences. We really love to see that, and then share it with others as well. And I would like to say thank you personally for you landing on my channel, however you got here, but choosing to stay and watch. Hopefully you'll hit the subscribe button and hit the post notification bell. You probably know the drill by now if you're on YouTube for a little bit of time. Everybody asks you that, because I would like for you to keep learning, keep growing, keep evolving and learning with me. And I'm very grateful that you've chosen to do that and spend some time with me. And please make sure you visit us on our website, stopchasingpain.com, or come to one of our workshops where we will teach you so many things to help improve your life with chronic pain and chronic inflammation. Okay? Dr. Perry signing off from Stop Chasing Pain. I thank you. I will see you on a video next week.